Is it there?
Ako fabi jele bang.
No, I didn't see it.
You don't see it?
I didn't see it.
Yet, yeah. Fire maje.
I haven't seen it as yet.
Now, what will be your explanation regarding that?
Ako woto sila ebe mune fola woto. Well, that one is really doubtful to me.
To be fair to you, let me just show you the lodgement log so you can confirm that the amount that I have said is outstanding.
Purka kuolo koindi ma ako abe lodgement buko ni kaito ni itandilela pour fonsa sede yako abe kule men sotonta abe lodgement buko ni kaito ni mbalale.
28 April to the 4th of May.
April karo tilimwani sai kata me karo tilinani 2022 sangokono. I've seen it.
Now, do you have that entry in your lodgement in your cash book?
Akofo wo besa feri la cash book
No, cash book kono jamaje.
No, I haven't seen it in the cash book.
Do you have a receipt with you for that?
Akofo receipt of nambe bulle pro bang.
Foning ngana dal jibe ka receipt nyini.
I have to look in my places to look for the receipt. But I think, I hope I paid the money.
Okay, just mark that as an amount. You also have to figure out where it is. Because we'll be doing a further investigation with respect to your 4 cash books. And you will come back.
And we be murulanande.
Can we have that lodgement log?
Ako wo lodgement kaito nyim foisi yo soton no bang.
There is another one.
Ako do fana mbije.
The amount is $45,850.
So tata kanyang dalas wuli talnani anil lulu dalas kemesai anin tal lulu.
Now that is between the 31st of March 2022. 31st of March.
March karo til tan sabanin killing.
To the 4th of June.
Kata June karo til nano kang.
2022.
2022.
45,000.
$45,850.
Wuli talnani ni lulu dalas kemesai dalas tal lulu.
Again, I will show you the weekly lodgement log so you can confirm that the amount is there.
Lodgement buko bala abedameng aboy tandilela.
45,850.
Yes.
Wuli talnani ni lulu dalas kemesai dalas talu.
Yes, afele.
Yes, it's here.
Can I please see it?
Ako fasi wo jeno le bang.
This receipt is there the 7th of April.
Akonyi risito April karotili worowula wole babala.
Afaye komi nga fonu nyami jang komando. Ninga kodo deposit.
Just as I said before, if I deposit money,
wati dola akelete le purka na risito ta.
Sometimes it happens lately so that I will not be able to get a receipt.
because ntaka jele komin kon kodo botam bulle saying I'm free.
Because what I always think is that the money is no longer in my hands, I am now free.
No, let us just get the timing.
Ako wato,
Right.
wato.
The time that the machine will say that between point A to point B, this is the amount you have collected. We only have to limit ourselves within that period.
Akombe mfanka nyandila wato memfe masimu yo memfo ko kabo damuta jang kata nyungwi wati kari kang masimu yo wato me yitandi mfanka nyandila wo wato lem.
What you have in your cash book
Ako membe la cash book okono
is an amount of $45,850.
Ako membe how much? 35,000.
$45,850.
Membe la cash book okono wolem dalas wulitan na nilulu dalas keme say dalas talulu.
Yes, the figures are the same,
Ako tonya wonanga molu mukilineti.
but the dates and the periods are different.
Ako bari lungulu ani wato lu wolle fatata.
That collection for 45,000
Ako kodo la kensuno wo dalas wulitan na nilulo
is for the month of March.
ako mu match karoleti
It ends on the 31st day of March 2022.
abanda match karo til tan sabanin kilingole 2022.
Do you understand that?
Afanga understand.
I understand it.
And the receipt you are given
Ako risito mendila
is the 7th of, or dated the 7th of April 2022.
ako risito mendila April karo til wowla le babala 2022.
What we are concerned with
Ako meyendewun
is collections between the 31st of March
wolem kodo lumenu kensunta kabo match karo til tan sabanin kilingo
to the 4th of June.
kata jun karo til nano kang.
Afaya I mean for wo mujakalo li tonyalom.
What you said really is really doubtful. That's true.
Bar komi nga fay nyamin dong hani bi abole nyama.
But just as I stated before, that's the way it is.
Nga submission okay nka jale komi kon comfortable tale.
After doing the submission, I always think that I am now comfortable.
So wala ka tarde yin sambana pour kata kana receipt wata.
That's what brings this lateness to go and collect my receipt.
Because ntaka jale ko ka council la ko do bon nimbulu ka di la wulu kumata ya.
Because what I see more important is to deposit council's money and remove it from my custody is more important to me.
Wala problem.
Mr. Jabang, I don't think you are answering the question.
Ako amamira de chairperson ko amamira ibe nyinin karo nyin jabi
Maybe
kan.
I don't understand your answer, but my understanding of council's question is that he is interested in knowing the transactions from the 31st of March to 7th of
To 4th of June.
4th of June. If you look at it, you have March, April, May, June. Those transactions are not receipted for. So it's not the receipt that we are talking about. It's the fact that there is no receipted transaction for from that March 31st to end of June. So, and you have March, April, May, June. So what happened between those periods? Because there is no receipt showing that collection was made. And there were entries in the cash book. Council, can you correct me?
Yes.
And in the lodgement.
Yes.
Ako
And may I take it back again? Madam Chair, that is the case, except the way they wrote the month. Instead of the June, it should be April. Because in the lodgement log, what they have is the day, the month, and the year. But with the end period, they now have the month first, the day, and the year. So it should be the 31st of March 2022 to the 6th of April 2022. That will complete the 1 week. Yes, I beg your pardon.
Okay, he has corrected, because my understanding was there is a gap, and that is what we. Okay, let me just ask Mr. Jabang.
Honorable Chairperson, there is a gap because the period March and April We don't have entries for that.
Okay, you can proceed.
Ako hanim bi keno bi jele March ning April keno bi jele dame ya lonko mendo kuta mansafe.
April to kebo April kata mindo
31st March to the 6th of April.
March karotil tan saba ning kilon kata April karotil woro kan.
Gabbi je mimman doku.
Ha kawale fo.
No mawo understand bakele.
I don't understand that much.
31st March to the 6th of April, the entries for that.
Ako saferolu me wala menu dokuta March karotil tan saba ning kilon kata April karotil woro kan abe lungol lema lungulu menu tarta wo wuce ko.
Yo wodung entries nyimbi jele bam ming mang entabang for entries mantara wokono.
He's asking whether there are entries for that period or if there are no entries for that period.
Between the 31st of March 2022
Kabo March karo til tan saba ning kilon 2022
to the 6th of April 2022,
kata April karo til woro kan 2022
the records show that you have collected $45,850.
Safero ya itandi ko kodo men ken sunga tata kanyan dalas wulitan nan ni lulu dalas kema say dalas tal lulu.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, I understand it.
Now the receipt you were given
Say recito mendila
is the 7th of April,
wolem April karo til woro wulo le be wala
but the recordings they stop in the month of March.
bare ila saferol to banta March karo dan blal.
Okay, o mo ay min fo halibi o kuma kilingolom nga understand bakele say.
Now I understand very well.
But I
also how I stated it, that's the way it is.
Because what you do na deposit slip o satarambulu.
Sometimes I will have my deposit slip.
Asataranga joro ke karofang.
And I had already paid sometimes a month ago. I will forget to collect my receipt. But already I had already deposited the money at the bank.
So what can you see for cause?
That's what causes some of these lapses.
So
just as I said before, if I make my deposit, I always think that now I am comfortable.
So
that's what caused these problems.
You have two GTR receipts for the 7th of April 2022.
Ako GTR receipt fulabije pour April karotil woro wulo 2022.
The first is $16,600.
Do mu wuli tanni woro lati dalasi keme woro.
Between the 24th of March to the 30th of March.
Kabo March karotil muanin kilon kata karotil tansabanin kilon kan.
That is what you have written.
Wala be saferin jede.
And the second one, GTR, is the 7th of April 2022.
April karo til worowula.
That is the amount $45,850.
Walam dalas wulitan nani lulu dalas kemesay dalas talulu.
Between 31st March to 6th April.
Kabo March karo til tansabanin kilingo kata April karo til woro kan.
But the entries
bari saferol yaitandiko
in your cash book,
ila cash bookoto,
they are not accurate.
Amunta iman tembele imanke ku temberingo fereng.
Do you understand that?
Ako faya faham le ba? I understand exactly what you're saying.
So your receipt and your entries, they are totally different.
Ako ila risito anim men safeta bukoto ifatatale.
Let me give you an example.
Ako mbadunga santiyo dila bang.
You have entered the month of March 2022.
March karo tilimu anemfulu March karo 2022.
And then you entered the month of April 2022.
And April karo fanandundile 2022.
And you now have the month of March again 2022.
And we nata March on kota ke 2022.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. You
will have entries for March.
Ako dundirolu kele pro March.
After March it should be April.
Ako nim March bota janyanta kele April leti.
Now you will now have entries for April.
Ako yes April la dundirolu sotole.
After April it should be May.
Ako ni April bota janyanta kele May leti.
You now have entries for March again.
Ako bari inatamuru koma kota ke March le kije.
Now I will show you what I'm trying to say.
Ako aba itandi
And the
lele.
commissioners as well.
Aba itandi lele abe memfo kanteng andung commissioner fanal bajilale.
Okay.
Match. Can I please the I give you? Do you have any lock with you?
No, he take it. I'll fire somebody.
He said it was taken away.
In short, Mr. Jabang, while the commissioners are trying to see what I'm referring to, what I'm saying is in the month of March, you had already exhausted the month. And you had to start with April. But when it was now time to account for the $5,850,
ako bare biringa tata silam fo nyum dalas wulitan nani anil lulu dalas kemese dalas talulu purka wo la kolu sahayandi,
you put that amount in March instead of May. April is the next should be May.
ako yo safe March le kono andum wayatara me karo le kabula April doma,
Because you already have receipts for GTR receipts for March.
ako katu GTR risitolu sotontale pour March karo
Afaye ko mantara GTR ni use ko fen ko device lo machine lo.
we were not using the GTR at that time, we were depending on the machine.
No, what I mean is on the cash book you have a GTR receipt there.
ako bare abe mem fo kan wolem kasbu ko kono GTR risitol le bije
Issued by the cashier.
me yalon ko cashier fangole yo katolu di.
I know from 2020.
Yes, I understand that.
Well, it was in introduction of the POS from 2020 upwards.
ako wala nyinti ka nyanta kala bula nyanta bula la nyono ma nyami karolu.
Now, what is your explanation regarding?
Okay, afaye ko
He's saying that
print out o bembulu.
I have the print out
Nkamin transfer cash book o kono.
which I always transfer into the cash book.
Andung njikita ko
And I think that
problem on better mistake or better print out or kono.
that's where the problem is, or that's where the mistake will be. That's the print about the printout.
Warante at mistake on insas kente fangoti.
Or the mistake will be mine.
So afaye ko bulare wala nyama.
That's how things stand.
Which bank account will you post this amount?
Ako nyin ko do nyanta dundi la bank compte jumale to bank juma.
Nkalu ni Eco Bank le.
I at that time I deposit at EcoBank.
But Mr.
Sorry. It's 2022.
Yes.
It's supersonic.
Supersonic. As far as it's 2022, it's supersonics.
Yes. We will give you the Supersonics account.
Ako be supersonics la account fanandile lale.
Okay.
Council, if you have your supersonic account, can you give him, whilst the registrar will get my copy for you? Supersonic.
I have marked it for you. It's there.
Yeah, 45,000.
Kaya Markel Abije.
45,850.
What is the date?
Ako lu asafeta lunjumale.
Okay.
The date is 7th April 2022.
The date is 7th April 2022.
Yeah.
7th April 2020.
2020.
2020 for 2022.
2022.
2022.
2022.
Yes.
And then the 16,000, did you see it there?
Ako
It's marked as well.
Ako wulitan ni woro nyim fanam bijele wo fanam be markarini.
Ah.
Yes.
Please increase your voice. Now, how about the 25,550 for March?
Sai March karo wuli muani lulu wuli kame lulu aninta lulu.
25,000.
550.
25,000.
28th of March 2022.
Wala wuli muani lulu kame lulu anin talulu.
Or Mon Jumari.
March 2022.
March 2022.
Yes.
Ma understand Hanibia coming for the.
I still don't understand what you mean.
28th of March 2022 in the bank statement.
March karo til muang anin sai 2022 ko bank la safero ya itandi nyami.
Did you make any deposit in March?
Ako foi man ko di dundinu March karo kono bank.
Hanga kodo dunira kai.
Yes, I deposited money in.
I have given you the bank statement.
Ako
The
bank la statement la safero nya ayo dilale.
How many deposits do you have in March 2022?
Ako March karo 2022 yekolo dundi sinya jelle.
That's 16,000, 45,850.
16,000 or 45,000?
45,850.
That's 45,850.
Which month is
Sorry, that one is April.
April, exactly.
Ako mo April it.
Yes.
The month of March, how many times did you deposit?
Yekolo dundi sinya jelle.
Month of March.
Excuse me, let me check.
What are you looking?
So the deposit slip with you yesterday, there is no any payment there.
This is the supersonic account you have been given.
Ako nyimu supersonics account leti men dila tensa.
Mr. Jabang.
Yes.
Let's just do it a question and answer session. It will be easy, and then when you want to clarify anything, you can do that. Do you not think so?
Yes.
Now let's just first start. Just hold on to your deposit slips.
Ako yele deposit slipolu muta.
Like I said, I'll be fair to you. You couldn't account for some, but the ones for the others, we have seen it in the month of April.
Yes.
Akaba bikolu tilindile yen wulital nani ni lulo nyin yo jele la safarol.
I have shown you that one.
Ayo fo yitandilale.
The ones you cannot see,
imam menu jeno.
I had already shown you, and you have already provided an explanation to that effect. Now, in the month of March,
ako bari March karo kono.
how many times have you deposited to?
Ye kodo dundi sinya jelule.
The bank account is with you.
Ako bank account o nyimbe bulule.
Start from the first.
Ako ya follow kabiri March karo tili follow.
And you tell me.
Ya fae.
Are you with me with respect to the 4th of March?
Yes, that's what I'm checking out now.
All right.
Yeah, March month.
Well, I haven't seen anything for March.
Now I have GTR receipts for March.
Aka March GTR receipt olu soto ne pour March.
Don't say you haven't seen anything. There's a $16,000 says you have deposited
ako
already.
kana fo man fenje katu dalas wuli tan ni woro dun tale me yalon ka be safering
That is the 7th. Oh, I'm sorry, that is in April. Now in March,
ako March
there is no deposit for Supersonics.
ako Supersonics femman dundi March karoto
Is that what you are saying?
ako fo bole fo kambang
o ko le ay fon jakalle de
well that really I have doubts about that
yeah
Why is that?
as a keno fana ngata bank do to nganyina
it's a possibility that I have been to one of the banks and I forgot
bara ko en jakali bake
but it's really doubtful to me
Now,
Sorry, let me. Can I, the registrar? Can I please see the account statement he has? Because what I see in the Supersonic account for March. Is it not the same? Is it the same? Please, you did not even look at it. Yeah. Yes. Okay, give him back. Open the page that he is on. Now, Mr. Jabang.
ako Mr. Jabang
It's not correct when you said you did not deposit in March.
ako nyin manke nyin te tembe nola ni ko man ko di dundi March karoko
wala atina nga fo en ko
Just hold on.
okay
Please, registrar, show him.
ako registrar sa itandila
On the 3rd of March,
March karoti li saba
he is going to show you direct.
aba itandilela
You deposited 23,300.
ye ko do dundi wulimbu anni saba anin dalas keme saba
On the 10th of March,
March karotil tamfanang
you deposited 49,800.
ye ko do dundi mentata kanyan dalas wulitan ning how much sorry
49,800.
dalas wulitan ning kononto yew dundi
On the 17th of March,
March
2022,
March karotil tang anin worowula 2022
you deposited 58,200.
ye ko do dundi mentata kanyan dalas wuli tallulu ni say anin dalas keme fula
The final deposit you made was 25th of March.
20 March karotil muang anil lulu
You deposited 25,500.
ye ko do dundi mentata kanyan dalas wuli mu anil lulu anin keme lulu
These are the amounts you deposited in March.
ye nyille dundi March karokono
All right?
so
when you say you did not deposit, that is not correct.
ako woto nita ko iman ko di dundi March karokono woto mansoto
afaye ko ma fo ko ma
Just let me finish before
ako
you
ay
answer.
bato ay bandi
So these are the 4 deposits you did
nyille
for the month of March.
karo March karo nyille mu ko di dundi taluti yemmennu ke March karokono
But there is some serious inconsistency between what is in your cash book and in your GTR.
ako bari fatam fansi jamale be kerinde menu be la kasbuko kono ani GTR kaytol bala
So that is why when you keep repeating the fact that when you collect council money, when you deposit it in the bank, and you don't go back for the auditor to audit you, when you deposit, you feel that you are okay because you have deposited council's money, so you don't have any responsibility. That is also very wrong.
ako ni tata ko do dundi bank silang imanata pour inyante kontibola damen aninka kolbo nyoto ka kayto dila imanata woto ako manyan kelade wo mukuleti me yalon ko ka filonati inyanta talale ya ta council inyanta futala damen to council ye futa woluto
Because that is why there is so much inconsistency and wrong transactions being posted here and there in the books and in the issuance of the receipts.
ako wala na tembo mansoto anin kanyambaliya mansoto bukol ni risitol la karola safero luto men yalon ko wollebe kering ila bukol ni risitol ni la karola
Did you get that?
ako foyo fahamle
afaye ko ngala o faham bakele
I understand that very well
andung ay mim fo ay toñala fo je
and what you said is the naked truth
bawo ko nyanda kala wato mina naman ko wato la
because if something has to happen and it didn't happen at its right time
nin ko lata nyokan
if things started piling on one another,
well,
that causes a problem when you want to sort it out.
Thank you, Mr. Jabang. So you can
proceed.
Mr. Jabang, you should thank the chairperson for providing you with assistance.
Yes,
even though there are discrepancies. There is still, the idea is to find out the truth. Now, what is the last deposit in the month of March? And please look properly. And carefully as well.
That's 33,000. Sorry, 6,000.
He's saying that is 6,000.
The date?
Sorry.
Lunjuma.
Can I help you, please?
Akfasi de Manobang. He said he cannot see it.
Are you Buba Jabang?
Yes, I am Buba Jabang.
Yes, I am Buba Jabang.
No, we see Buba Jabang and sometimes Buba Jabang. Is it the
same? Myself, mostly I use the name Buba Jabang.
Most of the time, maybe deposit molu wala fanke bukarla faji.
Mostly those who are responsible for writing out the deposits, those are the people who always add the kar there, that's Buba kar. But for me, myself, I always use Buba.
Mr. Jama, what is in your birth certificate?
That's 1973.
Your name?
Buba is Buba Jabang.
He said it's Buba Jabang, that's what's on the birth certificate.
So why do you allow people to add certain things that are not in your name, which is what is contained in your birth certificate?
Well, I don't do that myself personally. It is here that I came to know that those people, some of them write Bubakar.
So you will agree with us that it will be difficult for us to accept Bubakar being you, since you have admitted to us that what is in your birth certificate is Buba and not Bubakar. Because anybody can write any name, and we cannot, without the evidence, ascribe any payment made in the name of Bubakar to you.
Ako to abe koleala de kafo joro lumenu keta Bubakar to yala kafo ko itele yoke katu imanya na sonanyi na wairi ila uluka ito bala buba le bije wo inyanta tamala walela manya na sonanun doluka do fendo safe menni Buba fatata katu silang abe koleala ito bulle puru kaje ko Bubakar be kaito lumenu bala ite wolu mutano la kafo ko itele la kaito lumu woluti katu Buba le be saferi ila uluka ito bala.
Okay, well,
I cannot deny that statement.
But
any person who dies, you will be buried alone in your grave. Because I know that I have deposited the money. But if they write Bubakar on their own, you people know the law better than me.
Now, Mr. Jabang,
Mr. Jabang,
we can accord you the opportunity of correcting that by going back to your principal cashier to authenticate and to write to us that this is you and to take responsibility. If you do that, we don't have problem in accepting the fact that it is you that made the payments. Particularly the GTRs, because it is your principal cashier that has written those receipts for you.
Ako sila isi silo dino lale yemuru wo molu kang men ka Bubakar Safe pour yenyin seneyandi ya Safe kayto balako itela mude nka Bubakar men Safe hanimbi atew mo kilim lonka men to mu bubati pour nyin kamala kumo nyin sebo nyota seneya ako hani la jiti ar kayto lu fanalu men ya lon ko lebe Safe rinje isa be seneyandi ka lankenema ko ite buba lemu amang Bubakar me ya Safe abebe dending ite mo kilimule la me ya lon ko wala buba wala be Saferi la wulu kayto bala ako foye muru wolu kan wolio kayto dada ya seneyandi ko ibe telema ako tumo isina ko nyinta.
Okay, wala muntoti nke deposito ka bank mintolom bam fo.
He is asking, is it at the bank where he makes the deposits or
Brikama area council?
I have to go to the Brikama area council.
We will give you time to liaise with the registrar to check the GTRs that are in your cash books, whether there is anyone written in the name using your other name, which is, as you said, that you know, son, the staff that write this thing, they write Bubakar instead of Buba.
Ako abewato dile la
it's the cashier that wrote those particular receipts that you will go back to. For the banks, we wouldn't know because we can cross-check with the banks because anybody that is depositing money, they will write your number, your telephone number, and we will be able to cross-check those details with the banks. But for the GTRs, you will have to do that.
Ako GTR kayto lor foeta alamolia Brikama area council mem ka kolu dundi pour wolio fanam bonyoto. Ako bari telu isi bank check nole katu bank ni ko do dundi foye mari la telephone number safe woto ibe lonno la wole fe ko karlo nyinti atel la telephone number mo nyinti ako woto isio dinu wato dino ilale pour yeta yo kolu bonyoto bari bank la karola telephone le sio be bono la nyoto ka sahayandi munem katu imari la telephone number ka wole jibe
and your ID card also
anila ID card fana.
Thank you.
Okay, afoye ngela kumo moede.
He said, I have heard all what you said.
There
is one place where I had my doubt.
The
GTR receipts, are they going to change the name or what's going to be written there?
Mr. Jabang, they are not going to change the name. Where the GTR, for whichever document we accept and we admit here, it's not going to be changed. We are going to give you a copy and they will ascertain, they would write certifying that that name is your name. If a GTR is given to you, they will indicate that yes, they gave this, they wrote your name instead of writing Buba, they wrote Bubakar, and they are certifying and confirming to us that it is you and there is no other Bubakar Jabang in Brikama.
Amunda kameng foten drong wolem nyintiko ibe wato dile la pour yemuru wo molu kam men yo GTR risitolu dada ya safe kayto balaka seneyandi ko atenyi nga Bubakar Safe dameng mbate wo mo kilimule mamme ya lonko ala wulu kayto bala bubale be safe rinje woto mbate wo mo kilimule ma wululebe wo seneyandi la kayto bala ya safe kaytandi ko hate wo mo kilimulong ntelenga Bubakar Safe bari anyanta kala bubaleti ni woli yo kayto safe hanufo afutate tol mawtumo ebe kolu be tembendile ya lonka te wo mo kilimulom ebe memmateng.
Okay, I understand this.
I understand that very well now.
Now, there is also...
Council, I think you will have to give him opportunity because he has a lot of issues to reconcile with, so that when he comes back, we will be able to conclude on some of all of these issues. So yes, you can ask your last question so that we get in the next witness.
Ako asinyininka puru kola isina silo dila katu kujamale bije ite nyanta menu bola nyoto kaytol la karola pour yena yetawo topoto niolu topoto niyo kaytol yena.
Okay, afoye ngela kumomo.
I understand what you said. Now
There's also the weekly report or lodgement log from the 4th of February 2022 to the 2nd of March 2022. It was recorded that you had a collection of $22,800.
Ako kabo February karo tilimuang anin nani kata March karo tilifulo kang 2022 dalas wulimuan nimfula dalas kemasai soton tale meya lonko asafeta.
I cannot see that in your in the Supersonics account.
Akama je Supersonic account ninto
and your cash book.
Anila cash book fanang atiye.
Do I give you?
Ako fasik buko kaytolu nyili dila bay fama ya jube.
No, amanjari wala puruka kaytolu na kajibe.
There is no need for me to be given the documents to check.
Because ate mingo minje asene atala kamaje.
Because whatever you see and whatever is not there cannot be there. It's something that is already written.
Do you have an explanation for that?
Ako foye kuma sotole be men satala wo keta nyameng.
Wala wole mu wan fulo nyendi. Aninjelu.
He said, is it about the 22,000 and how much? Is it 800?
Yes.
Ako wolem dalas wulimu wan fula dalas kemesai.
Okay. Mbe jibero kala kuola de.
I will go and check about it.
For nga deposito kala bang na receipt nying maje.
Whether I have already deposited and I cannot find the receipt.
I
will go and check the place where I usually put my receipts. I will go and check there.
Now we will then apply that you be temporarily discharged. The monies that you can't account for, please take your time to provide us with the information.
Akoto isila watu ta yolu beka funyoma ye ijube isina wokibaro sindi itoluma.
With respect to the $3,000,
walem nye dalasi wuli muanin sabo.
You had already said you give the money to Lamin Suso.
Akoya foko yoko dole di Lamin Suso lan.
Now we will request that you come back next week.
Akoy be nyim fala nyi lokunna la isi murunang
Tuesday.
Talata lungu.
Okay,
will that be a sufficient time?
Next week's Tuesday. Okay, problem to you.
Yes, there is no problem about that.
Yeah, Mr. Jabang, we ask you to authenticate the 2021 cash entries that you got printed from your IT department. Did you authenticate those documents?
Afaya ha antara jere ya authenticate.
Yes, I have been to the place and they have already authenticated that.
Please, can we have it?
Akofo is your kaito soto nolebang.
Now, also tell us when you stopped using the POS.
Because
we understand you started using the POS in 2020. Sometime in March. 2020. So when did you stop using the POS?
Ngadokundo bula 2023
we stopped working with it in 2023.
April.
That took place in the month of April.
Oh, that is. So we could have the document. What was the reason given for the stopping of the use of the POS?
Akomun dalila ye mun dalila le di pour aller do ko bulal kana tenten do ko la POS masingol.
wode to nyabe dami mang idea soto kuoto.
Truly speaking, I don't have any idea about the reason for stopping that machine.
So did they write to you to say you should stop using the POS and you to return it to the
Ako
office?
fo ye kaito le safe ka dial la bampro alikana do ko ke o machine la aliye murundi.
Imang kaiti safe nyede ye kumandile dong babali ko nga masingol murundi office oto.
There was no letter written to us. They called us verbally and told us to return the machines to the office.
Thank you.
Okay, number.
Okay,
Now, yes. Now, Mr. Jabang, you are temporarily discharged. We will see you on Tuesday next week, inshallah.
Ako to follow nyin tembe ye bulale. Bari be jikirin ko be jela janne talata nala nyin lokun nala.
So before that, are we going to admit that?
We had said that the witness needs to indicate these documents, wherever they are from.
Yes.
These are documents that he brought, I think, yesterday.
Yes.
They have no
Return it to him.
Yes.
So, can I have a look?
already said that you have to authenticate these documents. If they are coming from the IT department, it has to be authenticated. And they have to provide an explanatory note. To say that these are your printouts from this period. That period.
Ako bunda me nyanta nyin kayto la kulu bola nyoto ka tembendi wolu nyanta kayto safelale ka foko nyin kayto lu ka bo nyin wati kari lom kata nyin wati kari wolle nyanta o kayto safela puru nyi wol nyin kayto le na nyola isaje isa lonko tonya nyilu mukku sotori.
Admin department authenticating this document, stamping it, signing it, and writing a letter. These documents are from the IT department, are authentic document, and these are your transactions for the whole of 2021.
Print out kabole to nyanta tala wolle nyanta kaytolu nyili dala ka letero safe ka foko nyin kaytol le men ya lonko kayti sobe lem isotontale be botanna dinkirale ton te lenga nyilu doku andu niya dada e nyantale ya sign bari letero nyin wala ni nyin kaytolu nyanta na wala me ya lonko wala ba sene yandi la ka sahayandi ko nyilu bota IT department le ani nyaton ko men nyante sign la.
Each page in those documents have to be
kayti wo kayti bala nyilu kono kaytandi ko itelela doku moti wala na ya stampo le nyanta kelela sedoti kaytolu nyili bala.
Okay,
yes, I've heard what you said and I understand.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Registrar, please call the next witness.
Okay, Wednesday.
I'm appealing so that you can make my appearance.
Mr. Jabang, we cannot concede to that request.
Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.